Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to all the judges and my dear friends. Before I start, let us take, I'm from the team leader, Dr. Hasnat Ibrahim, and then my colleague, Dr. Nurhayati, and also Dr. Masnita at the back. And before I start my presentation, let me give you a glimpse of the project.
ExDID adalah kaedah pengajaran dan pembelajaran yang berpusatkan pelajar dirangka khas untuk melekatkan pelajar dengan ledakan globalisasi masa kini, merangkumi aspek pengetahuan, kerja berpasukan, komunikasi dan penyelesaian masalah. Tiga kaedah utama dalam komponen ExDID adalah explore iaitu penjelajahan, discover iaitu penemuan dan develop iaitu pembentukan.
Okay, I'm so delighted today to share my experience how explore, discover, develop can really transform math class into active learning. So, what students think about math? As usual, boring, right? Abstract, lacking in creativity, complex, and very difficult to understand. So why do students struggle with math? It's also common with math anxiety. You're struggling with formula. It's difficult to relate to real-world application, memorization, and there is only right and wrong answer. And some students attend the class with a poor foundation, and this scenario will not lead to the active learning. So how actually we want to engage students in math subject? To keep students deeply engaged in learning, our minds need to be challenged by simulating activities. What kind of activities? So we want the student to wander around, meaning that we want the student to explore. We want the student to find out, meaning that we want the student to discover. We want the student to turn it around. We want the student to develop. So this activity, explore, discover, that we call ExDID, can foster active learning. Okay. So this is the first question. I like to ask the student this question every time I teach math class. What is math? So, numbers, right? Calculation. And then you see the word numbers and numbers. So the bigger the number, meaning that the more the student write down the answer for that. Okay. So this is my expectation. When I teach this class, I hope by at the end of week 14, using ExDID, I want to see that my students will say that math is about problem solving. Math is fun for them to learn. Math is, they love the subject. It's about common sense. It's about interesting and can relate to the real world. So we will see how this will happen. Okay, so for me, ExDID is the way forward. Okay, so ExDID method is a novel, transformative teaching approach because it is holistic education model for the 21st century. It's foster active learning. Is student-centered, integrate 4C element, collaboration, communication, creativity, and critical reflection element. Okay, this is the overview of the project. We use ExDID method in Fundamental Mathematics 1 for 210 students in financial study last semester. Because why? Because there's low engagement in mathematics classes. We have 4 CLO, okay, for this class, and that is the assessment before ExDID. You have 1 assignment, 2 quizzes, 2 tests, and with the ExDID, we have 4 problem-based activity that we call PBA, and we have 1 test. Okay, what is ExDID actually? ExDID is carefully formulated based on 5 engineering cycle and 5 math design cycle. And this engineering and math is the STEM domain. STEM is acronym for science, technology, engineering, and math. The theoretical development of this ExDID method can be found in my paper with my colleagues, and then the figure is the picture we produce by designing that 2 area. Okay, now I'll explain to you actually, if you want to use ExDID, how this can be used in your class. So the first phase is explore. So explore meaning that you want the student to understand the problem. So how you do that? They have to do what? Brainstorming, discussion, or mind mapping. And develop. discover, okay? Discover, second phase. You want the student to see the pattern of solution. How? You have to do several attempts. You have to do try and error. Okay, the third phase is the final phase. You develop. The student construct solution. And solution depends on the problem that you give to the student. It can be formulas, it can be model, it can be procedures, it can be algorithm. So that is what you want student to do. So now I explain to you how all the PBA ExDID that we have mesh with the CLO that we have. So PBA, like I mentioned to you, stands for problem-based activity. So this problem-based activity 1 is for the CLO number 1. CLO number 1 is explain about the number system and its application. So we give the scenario, excursion budget problem. So don't worry about the instruction. That is the instruction for the student. Okay. So we give the student instruction. Okay. That is the output from the student, the poster. So when they send to us poster, because we are more on seeing the process of how they solve the problem, they have to have in the explore, what is the thing they are doing. In discover, what is the thing they are doing. In develop, what is the thing that they produce. So that is what we want. So we assess through LOD, problem solving and communication. Similarly, for the second PBA ExDID, this is Fibonacci sequence formulation. The CLO for this one is describe sequences and series. And the thing that we teach in sequence and series is about arithmetic series and geometric series. But this is Fibonacci sequence, is very higher level. But we give them the instruction. We want the student to solve this one, and you can see from the poster, they explore what they are doing, in discover what they are doing, in the develop what they are doing. Then LOD assessment is problem solving and teamwork. And for the 3, PBA ExDID 3, this one is about develop function and limit. So this activity, because we want the student to have the experience taking the data, is about running. So we bring the student to UM stadium. We have 200 students. We bring in the evening this student to the stadium. They have to take the data, and then after that they have to do what they're supposed to do according to the instruction. The assessment for LOD here is practical and teamwork, and the final one is for the ExDID number 4 about differentiation. Okay, we assess on practical and teamwork and communication. The student have to do presentation in 4 minutes mathematics talks for that particular thing. Okay, so now let's listen what the director of Foundation of Study have to say with the use of ExDID method in the math class.
Sebelum pengajaran dan pembelajaran matematik untuk asasi pemeriksaan diri menggunakan sebenarnya kaedah kuliah dan tutorial. Walau bagaimanapun, pendekatan ExDID yang diperkenalkan telah memberikan kesan yang besar kepada pelajar. Mereka mempunyai keyakinan yang lebih dalam menyelesaikan masalah matematik pada pengenaan saya. Para pelajar sentiasa teruja menunggu masa untuk mengikuti kelas matematik pusat asasi.
Okay, now let's see in terms of the student involvement. So of course, with a lot of problem-based activity, the students are very confident in terms of discussion inside and outside class, and also using the technology platforms such as Padlet and Linovic. And then this is the feedback from the student. Okay, so you see some of the words they say that pique student interest, something that fun to learn, really enjoy the learning, change student perception, and open our eyes that mathematics is not just a number. They love math and do something fun to learn. So this is the feedback. Okay, now, like I mentioned to you, I always give all the questions in the beginning of the class. So I told you just now, I give you in the beginning, and that is something that I hope after 14 weeks what happened. Okay, so that is the beginning, and after using ExDID for 14 weeks, Alhamdulillah, their perception changed. You see the word challenging, something that in my life I've been teaching for 25 years. We see the word beautiful. I can put my smile on my face. Okay, it's everything. It's love. So, who love math? Except me, I think. Okay, that's the thing. Okay, now, ExDID not only make the student become confident, they love math, their academic performance also become increased. So you see the graph there. Okay, the one with the blue is the test that we give in week number 5. Okay, and week 15 is the final exam, the comprehensive exam. And a lot of students score A and B, and there is no failure for that class. So this really helped the student because they really engage in the learning. This is the transferable soft skill. Okay, the teamwork we assess through PBA ExDID 2 and 3, communication through PBA ExDID 1 and 4, problem solving through PBA 1, 2, and 4. Okay, so we have this day, Fly with Math Day, to showcase what the student did. Okay, and then this organized by student and mentor by us. Okay, let's see here right now what one of the judges say about this program.
Saya mengetahui tentang kaedah ExDID ini apabila saya terlibat sebagai seorang juri dalam program Fly with Maths Day. Di situ saya kagum melihat pelajar-pelajar muda ini dapat berkomunikasi dengan baik, mempunyai keyakinan yang sangat tinggi dan semangat yang membara serta dapat tampil dengan idea yang bermas.
Okay, beside the student can do in class, this student also will bring to be facilitator for the STEM program. So when they do the STEM program, they use the ExDID method to solve the problem, because we train them the ExDID method is the way for them to solve the problem. Okay, this is the impact. So we have 5 international impact, okay, so far. And then this is the activity that use ExDID organized by Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri Kedah, okay. And this is, we have research for this one, we have 2 publications, and we have intellectual property. And this is what we plan to do, insyaAllah, in the future. And we have actually started some of that in the future. And for me, ExDID actually articulate the artistic inquisitive mind. Thank you very much. Yes.
Our students' performance when or matriculation, they may be getting good grades for mathematics, but the performance does not reflect when they are in the undergraduate study or matriculation. They may be getting good grades for mathematics, but the performance does not reflect when they are in the undergraduate study program. So have you actually looked into that in terms of retention, in terms of their motivation, their interest? Is that sustained throughout?
Thank you very much for the question. Okay, I have been teaching 25 years in mathematics. Okay, I have the experience teaching in USA and also in the Bahrain. Okay, so I use this method actually started in 2015. Okay, I did in Bahrain for STAT 273 and also Math 101. And also I did use this method actually for my classes, for higher level classes, even for the postgrad class. So because this one is more on nurturing your creativity or curiosity mind. Okay, if you look at carefully the model is not just developed on something. It's based on 2 beautiful STEM area, engineering and math. So I did that study, and then I read about regarding regarding about the critical thinking written by Edward de Bono, and also I have read about one of the mathematician, Polya. The book is titled How to Solve. So based on that, I see that okay, in order for the student, the higher level student, to retain what we have, okay, when we teach math or any subject, because this model is not only for math, it's for all the subjects actually. We are lacking. Sometimes maybe we don't ask the student to explore. Sometimes we just the student just develop, or maybe sometimes the student just discover. But okay, according to the scientists, as Jason DeGrasse Tyson said, we are born as a scientist. What does the scientists do? They look around. They want to wonder. Okay, they want to explore. They like to discover, and they like to develop. So based on that beautiful idea, I believe that curiosity really leads to the beautiful mind. So that is what I think. No, because I just started, before this I just did for my passion. Okay, I did for my class, and then when actually it started in 2015, and I came back in 2017 from Bahrain. I was involved in STEM, so from there I started develop ExDID method. Okay, I give them problems, and I say, okay, this space I guide them. This space explore, I say in explore part, what did you get? In discover part, what did you get? in developed part what to get. Okay, then I start doing that, and then last semester I plan to use in this foundation class, because when I see the syllabus for foundation, it's almost the same what they studied before. So I say it must be something boring for them, or you teach the student the same thing. So I say, why not, try my method. So I ask my colleague, let's say, and use for all the classes 210. Okay, we managed to use that because it's a lot of activities, and then we also have the test cover, all that kind of thing.
Prof. Haslinda,
Yes.
regarding all the CLOs,
Mhm.
Is it assessed through final exam?
Yes. We have because we have the final is 40%, and we do have test also. Test is 10%.
All are addressing cognitive.
Yes. For the test, so we follow the CLO and the CAP for that. We have for the CLO, yes, we have the C, the cognitive, and then we have also for the B, and then we have also for the affective. So the psychomotor, we have that one. If you see, we have in our CLO number 1 and 2 and 3, when we have explain, describe, and build, we have P2, P1, and P3. No, build the function, because when the student run, for the function, what we did, one the activity, okay, for the student, because usually when we teach, for example, linear function, okay, linear function, usually in the class we say, this is the data, plot the graph, find the intercept, find the slope. So what we did was, we bring the student to the stadium, okay, they have to collect the data, okay, and then they have, from the data, they have to do the running activity. So that is what we did for the CLO number 3. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Okay. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. No psychomotor element. Mm-hmm. We'll take a look into that one, in terms of the explore, discover, and develop, how actually we can put that.
Okay. Congratulations, Prof. Haslinda. I think you've for transforming mathematics into experiential learning. So congratulations on that. So I was just wondering whether in the future, would you be incorporating authentic and alternative assessment into this?
I'm not sure yet. Honestly, I'm not sure yet about that one. Okay, because right now, like I mentioned to you, in terms of the model itself. Okay, the model itself, that it's just 2 years and developing that model. Okay, so I need like to see in terms of the assessment. Okay, I'm not sure about that one, because when we develop something, you must have like a strong base in terms of developing anything, because it take me like 2 years to come up with the model, but it's still something lacking that I know in terms of what is the thing that I need to do, especially in terms of assessment.
Thank you very much, Haslinda.